For more great videos and learning tutorials, or to download the exercises that go with these videos, please visit our website at www.createthenet.com. That was www.createthenet.com. Welcome. In this video, I want to show you about the new Google product for web developers called the Google Font API. Up to this point, web designers didn't have a lot of choice about what fonts they wanted to use. Generally, you had to pick, if you wanted to actually use a font in text, what was called a web-safe font, which really boiled down to 4 different fonts, either Arial or Helvetica, Times or Times New Roman, Georgia or Verdana, or Courier. So not a lot of selection there. If you wanted to use another font, traditionally what you did was you converted that into a graphic. So things like headlines or fonts in banners or taglines that used special lettering were usually turned into graphics. Now this had quite a few problems, mostly with accessibility and search engine optimization. Screen readers can't read text that's inside of a graphic, so they have to use what's called alt text, and not very many people put alt text effectively on their graphics. And the same thing is true for search engines. Search engines don't have any idea how to read that, so they depend on your alt text. And because alt text isn't seen by a visual user, it's meant mostly for screen readers, Google doesn't value that as highly, and other search engines don't value that as highly. So the answer to this problem is using something like the Google Font API. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go to the Google Font directory here. You can see the address here, and there's also a link to this on our website. I'm going to go ahead and click on visit the Google Font directory, and here are the fonts that you can use in your design. Now, there aren't a lot of fonts here right now, but this is a brand new product by Google, so it's sure to grow. I'm going to come down and find a font that I maybe want to use, like Lobster here. And you're going to see right over here it says click to embed the Lobster font. Google's made this really easy for you. All you have to do is click there, and you're going to go ahead and see a sample of the way the font will look. And if you click on Get the Code, it will give you the link that you need. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight that link, and then simply right-click and copy it. Then I can go into my web design program. In this case, I'm using Dreamweaver, and just like I was linking to any style sheet, I go into my head section and paste that information in. And you can see here basically what it's saying is, link to the Google Font style sheet here, and go grab the font Lobster. And then you have your normal link properties, relationship, and type. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use that font now that I have a link to it in my H1 style. Now, you can do this in an internal style sheet. You can do them in inline styles. I'm going to go ahead and just place this in the head section, just making it an internal style. So I'm going to go ahead and open the style section up. And the first style that I'm going to create, or actually the only style I'm going to create, is the H1 style. And what I'm going to go ahead and use is the font family property. The font that I'm going to go ahead and use is going to be called Lobster. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my backup font in. In other words, if I can't find Lobster, what I go ahead and use. And my backup font is going to be Arial. Space in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and close my property value statement and also close my style. So now, whoops, I need to close my style section also. There we go. So now my H1s are going to use Lobster if they can. If they can't, they're going to go ahead and use Arial as their font. So I'm going to go ahead and save this document. And again, I'm in Dreamweaver CS5 here. If I go into Design View, you're going to see I don't see the font. It's showing me my backup font. Even if I go into Live View here, it's not going to show it to me. To actually see the font, you've actually got to go into a browser. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Google Chrome here, and there is my Lobster font. As simple as that. And this works in all browsers. Just to show you, I'll go into Firefox here, and when Firefox opens, Firefox is taking its own sweet time opening. Let's try another browser here. Let's try the worst browser of all, Internet Explorer. It even works in Internet Explorer. So lots of things that you can do here with that. And that service is only, here's Opera, and again you'll see the font is showing up. And that service is only going to grow as web developers use it more and more. So that's how to use the Google Font API. Also, if you're interested in seeing the high definition 1280 by 720 videos, please go to createthenet.com. When we upload these videos to video sharing services, they always shrink the video size down and decrease the quality, so they come out a little bit fuzzy. If you go to the website, you can see the full resolution versions of these videos.